Your dad was
Dad John
for
Shelton,
how
yep.
many years?
Vice President of Marketing for a long time. So promoted the company, promoted Frankenmuth, started Snowfest, has been a big advocate for the town, big advocate
Oh yeah,
for our company.
and one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Absolutely.
Son's just like him,
I hope so.
except you got elevated to president. He didn't. Get...
Well, there you go. I'm his boss now.
Oops. Well, let's talk. First of all, this is the most unusual hotel I think I've ever been in of any kind.
Unique.
Unique is a great word for it. Let's talk about the building first of all.
Yeah.
Because it's had a lot of history.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really what we wanted to do, to be able to preserve that history. So we are in the Mill at Zehnder Park, which is our new boutique hotel. Again, provides a really cool, unique space, unique stay for guests that are traveling into Frankenmuth throughout the state. And so this building, originally, the original mill was started in 1848. That building burnt down over some time.
And the Hubinger Mill.
That was the Nicholas Hubinger Mill that burnt down over some time. And then some local businessmen in the early 80s built a exact replica of that mill, and that's the building we're in today. So from the early 80s, they ran it as a flour mill, didn't really work, did some retail in there, didn't really work. It changed hands a number of times throughout the years, different operations, different retail stores in there. And then Zehnder's family, we acquired it after it kind of sat vacant for a while, kind of became an eyesore, was no longer really operating as anything. So we acquired the building. It sat kind of in the middle of our campus. We already own Zehnder Park. Right next door to Zehnder's, kind of across the river from the Fortress Golf Course. So we just felt like it was the perfect combination of location as well as opportunity for us to do something new. And that's what we did.
You took this mill, which was vacant and a shadow of itself, really, because if you didn't do something with it, disrepair was going to catch up with it.
Correct.
How much of the structure were you able to save?
All of it. The whole structure is exactly the same in terms of the
Exterior
core
structure.
of it, the exterior structure. I mean, we stripped it down in
Inside.
terms of the inside of the building, gutted it out, re-sided the building, re-roofed the building, had a couple bump outs, we had to add a full elevator, full stairwell. So for the most part, it is the exact same structure. So, we're sitting in room 1845, and that suite has all the original floors throughout the building.
Is that right?
Throughout this room, we've sprinkled out some original floors throughout the rest of the building, but this room is all original flooring.
And you were able to save a wheel.
Yeah,
on the
so that's
outside.
that is a replica. So we have
Right.
the original wheel. We're able to fully salvage it to be able to do what we wanted it to do, but we had a gentleman build a exact replica to the exact specs.
And I can tell you it's on a pretty good bearing because I'm watching the wind move it every now and then up and down.
Yeah, so that's why we wanted to make sure we had something that really worked for us, and we were able to use it.
And it was representative of what this building was.
Yeah, 100%. And we did that kind of throughout the space. So, that building that was built in the early 80s that was running as a flour mill, all of the original equipment was still here. So there's a lot of milling equipment throughout the building. We salvaged and saved a lot of it and have repurposed it throughout. So we have
Some of it on display. There's a big wheel and chain set up. out
yeah,
there.
so kind of like an art display. That's a sifter, so that's part of the milling process. Down in the Landmark Lounge, we rebuilt the bar out of an old purifier. We have some different chutes and different pieces of wood. We reclaimed a lot of the wood and had a company out of Hemlock build a custom table for us. So all the dining rooms have custom tables built from reclaimed wood. So that's been, like I said, it's been a cool process to be able to save, preserve, really speak to the history of the mill in
Okay,
Franklin.
so what makes a company like Zender's look at a piece of property like this and say boutique hotel?
Well, really, something new, something that we had not done before, but is still in our space of businesses.
Hospitality.
Right? We're in hospitality. We're in food service. We're in lodging. We're in retail production, retail bakery, retail shops. We're in golf. But yeah, all of that's hospitality, right? And so we knew we wanted to stay within those same four worlds of what we operate in. But ultimately, when we decided to do lodging in this building, we really wanted to do something different, something new, something unique, and not just try and, I would say, maximize this space and say, how many rooms can we get in here? And let's just build a regular hotel room with 4 walls and 2 queen beds and your standard bathroom, right? You can find that a lot of places. It's a lot of what we have at Splash Village. And so again, to do something unique, so then when guests want to travel, we can be top of mind or on their mind at all, that maybe never even had us on their radar, as they look to just travel in different ways, right? And find unique spaces. And this whole building is really about telling a story. It's much more than just a hotel stay. You feel like you're in someone's really, really well designed home. And there's all these little intricate wall coverings and little different pieces of that old milling equipment spread out that really tells a story.
When you set out to do this, were there models around the country you looked at and said, wow, that's going to fit?
There wasn't necessarily a model that says let's do exactly like they're doing or exactly like they're doing, but I would say as a whole, the boutique hotel industry continues to really grow. And I think as really all generations, want to travel in a different way. People want to experience something. People want to, when you spend your money, right, you can spend it anywhere, and if you want to have the same experience over and over and over and over again, like most people want to have something new when they do travel. And so we wanted to be able to offer that and say, hey, this really can set us apart as guests are traveling. I mean, our state has some amazing hotels, amazing facilities, amazing views, amazing cities. And so I think this just continues to add to that. Give people an opportunity to say, hey, we're an hour and a half from Metro Detroit. This is a pretty easy getaway.
So I would think, just sitting in the suite we're in now and looking at the others, the typical user of this facility might be somebody who might otherwise do Airbnb, for example.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's really like the message I've been trying to get across. Just the size and scale of these rooms.
Yeah, we're in the smallest one, and this is 950 square feet.
Yeah, exactly. So we essentially have 4 homes, and our largest one is 2,000 square feet. 2,000 square feet. So we essentially have 4 homes within this building. Your modern comforts of home, your big kitchenettes, big size, full refrigerators, and yeah, exactly. If you like to travel and you like to have a little bit more space, you like to feel like you're in someone's home, you like to be able to spread out, you like to invite friends and family over to hang out, to be able to experience it with you too and celebrate with you. This is exactly what that offers.
And the one we're in here, the 1845, sleeps 4 to 5 people. Mm-hmm. The others, some of them sleep 6 to 7 people.
Exactly.
So
Comfortably spread out.
You can spread the cost. You can, it really, when you figure it out, it's pretty doggone reasonable.
Yeah, 100%. And again, that's across the board, whether you're multi-generational families, whether you are just friends groups getting together, traveling, whether you are, business groups looking to do maybe a corporate retreat, things like that. So it really speaks to just about everybody in many different instances.
And if I get hungry, I don't have to walk too far to that building just to the north.
You don't. You can always walk out our front door, and it is a very, very short 2-minute walk across the parking lot to Zender's restaurant. Or you can just take the elevator or the stairs right down into the lower level and the Landmark Lounge.
We're going to talk about that because that is as opposed to a guest space, that's a public space.
Correct.
The public's invited to come in there. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that and what it does. Talk about some of the other tentacles of Zenders. All ahead with Nick Shelton, who's the president of Zenders of Frankenmuth, as we broadcast from the mill at Zenders Park. This magnificent structure has 4 beautiful suites in it. The 1845 founding of Frankenmuth, that's one we're in. The 1848, which was the first Hubinger mill, which this structure replicates. 1856, the Exchange Hotel came along. And in 1929, which surprised me because I didn't know it was this old, the 1929 suite represents the opening of Zenders here in Frankenmuth. Each room features living room, gas fireplace in the living room and primary bedroom, kitchenette, but we call it a kitchenette, but there's a big full-size refrigerator in here, balcony, patio, king bed, queen pullouts, separate sleeping in living areas and multiple bathrooms and bedrooms. It's all here at the mill. You stop in. If the public wants to go on a tour, will somebody show them around?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on in and visit them. We are at the mill, which is just south of Zender's Restaurant, and it is just a magnificent, magnificent structure. You can find out more online at the Mill at Zender Park, or you can give them a call, themill@zenderpark.com, or give them a call. Take a break, and we will be back with Nick Shelton after these notes.
Stormmaster
Back with you on the Art Lewis Show, coming to you from the Mill at Zender's Park, this beautiful boutique hotel. Nick Shelton with us, president of Zender's of Frankenmuth, and you've had that position how long now?
I started January 1st, a couple months, 6 months now.
Yeah,
it's going well.
Bill retired, and there you were.
There you go.
Sorry, John, you never made it. So let's talk a little bit about the restaurant business, because it's gone through, I mean, just as an industry, times finding labor difficult, input costs all gone up. Mm-hmm. It's a tough business, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the restaurant business is, sometimes I think the outside looking in is like, oh, I like to cook. Let me, open a restaurant. Not always that easy, but we've really stood the testament of time by doing the right things, and that tends to be taking care of your people, right? And if your people love to work for you, then your customers are going to love visiting, right? And we've done that. We've taken care of our guests. We've taken care of our employees. That ultimately then will take care of our guests.
That's an important note. Companies that take care of their employees do better, because their employees, first of all, want to work there. Mm-hmm. And when you want to work someplace and you deal with the public, you deal with them in a much better way, a much better position.
For sure.
So when I come into Zender's and I sit down and I'm served by the servers and others, these are people that want to be there. Mm-hmm. And they want to serve me.
Yeah.
They want to help me.
100%. So, yeah, finding help has not really been an issue for us.
Which is rare.
Yeah, employing individuals is not tough for us to do. Then it's on us once they're in our door to take care of them, teach them the culture, and really, we drive home that customer service message day in and day out. We live it, we breathe it from top on down, and so our guests are able to feel that. But yeah, the restaurant industry as a whole is challenging. Labor costs continue to go up. Food costs continue to go up, and ultimately, we want to have a great product, but we also still want to, and we feel like we do offer a good value, right? I mean, all you can eat family style chicken dinner. It's a lot of food. I think we're priced, still very reasonable for a family to be able to come out and celebrate and really enjoy themselves in a great setting with great quality food.
Well, it's a lot of food.
And it's a lot of food.
I remember talking to now retired Chef John Zender, who was executive chef here for years and years and years, coming to the realization that in order to do what you do, you had to have your own contracts with poultry suppliers, mm-hmm. and also your own criteria on the bird, how mm-hmm. much it had to weigh and all of that. Still true?
Exactly, still true. We're very specific of what we want because we want that consistency. We want that quality. So we require a certain bird at a certain size, and that those producers have to be able to do that for us, in which they are able to do that. And so again, then that bird comes in whole. We cut it by hand. We bread it by hand. We fry it by hand. So it is a labor of love, and it's a lot of work in our staff to be able to ultimately produce in the back of the house to get that product out to your table. So,
and the baking recipe hasn't changed much over the years.
It has not. Nope. The recipe has stayed exactly the same. And so again, that same quality that you had 20 years ago is exactly the same today in 2026.
And supply chain has been good for the
Yeah, supply chain's been good, and we try and use as many local products as we can as well. I love the summertime because, Michigan has great products. And so, those fresh vegetables are important to get out on the table. So we use a local supplier for asparagus, a local supplier for sweet corn. The fall is big around this region for Blue Hubbard squash. We have a local supplier and have Blue Hubbard squash. And so, yeah, supply chain, I would say as much as we can use local products, we try and do that.
All right, so let's come back to where we are today at the mill here at Zenders Park. And I want to talk a little bit about the lounge downstairs. We've talked about the suites, but you have what I will call, for lack of a better term, a public space.
Mm-hmm.
Public is welcome to come
Yep.
and come in. Is there an outside entrance to that?
Yep. So right to basically the right of the lobby entrance, you'll see a Landmark Lounge sign. That's what the lower level lounge is called, Landmark Lounge. You can enter in there off the side of the building. It takes you right down into that lower level lounge.
And what am I going to find when I go in there?
You're going to find an unbelievably designed space, very similar to the hotel, with really cool, unique features throughout. Kind of paying again that homage to the milling industry, paying that homage to what the building was. With great cocktail list, great beer and wine list, and then some light bites.
It's not a restaurant.
I would say it's not a restaurant.
It's a lounge.
Yeah, it's not a restaurant in terms of somewhere to maybe go for dinner, but it's definitely the spot you want to go to before dinner, after dinner. Again, all of the products were specifically curated from our food and beverage staff. We have a great team that was able to come up with some wonderful items. So again, yeah, great place to go
And
pre-dinner,
the
post-dinner.
bites, if you will, appetizers, call them what you want. Very seasonal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that menu will change seasonally. So we got our kind of our spring summer menu that's out right now. We have some great desserts that our bakery staff and culinary staff came up with. And again, so it's more cocktail focused, drink focused, but with some sprinkling of some shareable items and some light bites that will continue to change seasonally.
All right, one last break, and then we'll be back with Nick Shelton as we broadcast from the mill at Zenders Park. And this is a boutique hotel, a unique boutique hotel, recently just opened up within the last week or so here at the mill, which used to be the old flour mill right down on the Cass River. They have created in this space 4 fantastic suites. The 1845 founding of Frankenmuth suite that we're in, the 1848 First Hubinger Mill suite, the 1856 Exchange Hotel suite, and the 1929 opening of Zenders suite. The Exchange Hotel, biggest by floor space, 1,865 square feet, that sleeps 6 to 7 people. It's 2 floors, and it has a couple of king bedrooms and 2 full bath, a half bath, queen pullouts, city view patio, and a city view balcony and river view balcony, all in that suite. And again, it sleeps 6 to 8 people, 6 to 7 people, I should say, as does the opening of Zenders suite, the 1929. The Hubinger Mill 1848 suite sleeps 4 to 5, as does the suite that we're in, the founding of Frankenmuth suite, 4 to 5. And they are just beautifully done. It's an experience just to come and stay in this hotel. And it really represents decades and decades and decades of hospitality and tourism in Frankenmuth. So come on out and take a tour. You can find out more online at themill@zenderpark.com, themill@zenderpark.com, or give them a call and stop out and take a tour. You'll find it to be very, very impressive, as I was. We'll take a quick break, and we will be back with Nick Shelton. We're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, broadcasting from the mill at Zender Park, the beautiful boutique hotel that just opened about a week ago. And it's open for business, so you can make reservations and come on in. I had talked to your gal out front when I first got here this morning, because I was under the impression there was a minimum 2-night stay, but I learned that's not true.
Nope. Yeah. You want to just check it out and stay for one night? Come
Yep.
stay for one night.
Yeah, which is
Come
great.
experience it. Absolutely.
I mean, it's an experience. It really is an experience. And you walk outside, and the restaurant's right there, and the whole town is in front of you. The thing that surprised me that I forgot about, I walked out on the riverside balcony. I forgot how fast that river flows.
River gets going for sure. And it's
And
really
you're right there at the falls,
yeah,
at the rocks. You know?
that's really what this building provides, is like that view that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else in town. So those just unbelievable views of the Cass River right on the rock wall there is really cool. And you know it feels quiet, it feels tucked away. You open that door, you hear the river roaring, and again, a really cool, unique opportunity that was offered to us that we really dove in and made sure to say, hey, if we're going to do this, let's do it right. Let's really design it in a new, different way, in a way that I think guests are really going to appreciate.
Which you did. I mean,
Thank you.
When I walked in this morning, and I walked into this suite, and this is the smallest, 950 square feet, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I mean, every corner was something else, and it's just, you can't realize looking at the building on the outside, you can't realize what happened on the inside.
Yeah. So come on in, come check it out, book a room, or come see us. Go get a drink at Landmark Lounge. We'd be happy to give you a tour if any of the rooms are open. And yeah, once you see the size and the scale of the rooms, I think it starts to make sense then of like, oh, I think I could do this. I could invite my family here. We could do this. We could have a get-together, a holiday get-together. So again, the opportunities I really feel like in this building are endless.
In terms of the lounge, what kind of hours are they keeping?
Yep, so that is open Monday through Thursday, 5 to 9. And then on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, it is open 4 to 10. And then 4 to 9 on Sunday. So, yeah, we got daily hours, again, kind of in that evening time frame where it really kind of speaks to that guest that's just looking to do something before dinner, after dinner, or just want to get together with friends.
It is open to the public.
It's open to the public every single day. You got it.
And, of course, the Zender's restaurant is open to the public. And let me remind everybody, this Sunday happens to be Father's Day.
Mm-hmm. If you're looking for something to do, book a tea time for your dad at the golf course.
You go.
Make some dinner reservations at Zender's. You get the whole Frankenmuth experience.
And, the restaurant, while the town is noted for its chicken, obviously, you do have a variety menu.
Yeah, 100%.
There are many other things on it.
Yeah, I mean, the staple is the famous style chicken dinner. I'd say, the majority of guests coming are doing that, especially if it's their first time. But we have a wide range of other items, from local favorites to some great culinary dishes that our team has provided and been able to come up with.
So Nick, in closing, why should somebody stay at the Mill?
Well, I would just say if you want an opportunity to really have a different stay, a unique experience, and not just a standard hotel stay, come see us. We're going to take care of you. We're going to treat you like royalty, like we do at all of our facilities. But again, you're going to be in this really unique building that we're going to tell you stories. You're going to come up with your own stories. You're going to stay here. You're going to want to tell all your friends and family to stay, or you're going to stay and you're going to want to bring everyone. And there's room to do that. There's room to bring almost just about everyone from your family to be able to check the space out. We have these large living rooms. Some of the rooms have multiple floors. Bring them in, have them check the space out, and be the first, right? Be the first to stay here throughout the summer.
Nick, thanks a lot.
Absolutely.
With me.
Thanks for having me.
Say hi to your dad for me.
Will do. Appreciate you being here.
Nick Shelton, he is the president of Zender's of Frankenmuth. We'll take a break, come back, tell you what we're going to do on Focus.
You bought a truck to keep it.
We're everywhere as it goes. And we want to thank Nick Shelton for being with us. We're going to continue our conversation on Focus about the Mill and this wonderful building. All ahead, we have news first, though. ABC is going to bring us up to date on the nation and the world, including the signing of the agreement between the United States and Iran. And we will also hear the local report, Michael Percha, in the WSGW newsroom. And then we'll be back with Focus. I'm Art Lewis. Thanks for being with us.
Broadcasting from the